Welcome back, everyone. Joining us now is Jake, who has become a regular on our show. And today we're tackling a different topic. We're talking about the best and worst trees for our area.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I have a list here of all the trees. And so you're going to tell us if it's a good or bad tree.
Okay.
And why.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Texas ash.
Texas ash. So ashes are pretty good. There's some that are better than others. You know, I got that list off the Texas A&M Forest Service, and they don't necessarily have all of the trees that we have here. So just kind of use them as a reference. But yeah, ashes are pretty good. They have problems with borers. An urbanite ash is probably one of the best ones here, and an autumn purple ash does really well here too. Every tree has its problems. So with ashes, you have to worry about borers.
Okay.
So good and bad.
Perfect. Okay, the bald cypress.
Bald cypress, again, good and bad. They're one of my favorite ones. If you've ever been down to East Texas, if you've been down in the swamps down there, they're all over the place, beautiful. Here, the only problem is they can get a little chlorotic, they can get a little nutrient deficient, and they can also put up little knees in the ground, like little root balls. So they can be a mowing issue. So have them like tucked back in a bed somewhere, and they're beautiful. Great trees.
Eastern cottonwood.
Eastern cottonwood. The worst tree right next to your house. One of the best trees if it's kind of out away from your house or on a ranch. The problem with the cottonwoods is that they get big and they get big fast, and they're just not a very long-lived tree, so they're very expensive to remove. They just get huge at the base, and they cost a lot of money to get out of there. So not a good tree for right next to your house.
Okay. Lacebark elm.
Lacebark elm. Probably our top 2 or 3 recommended tree for the Panhandle. They have excellent growth rates, really cool bark color, not a lot of fall color, not a lot of spring show with their flowers, but man, they are absolutely perfect shade trees. They do really good. We got a little problem with them breaking out in some ice and some snow, but you know, like I said, no tree's perfect, but that's a really good fast growing tree choice if you're starting out.
Not good to know.
Yep.
The golden rain tree.
Golden rain tree, I put that one on there because people always ask me what they are. They're great if you can find them. The drawback to them, if you can see that picture, those little seed pods, they really attract a lot of insects, not really tree pests, but they kind of attract a lot of insects. Like you'll have bees, wasps, all kinds of other stuff. But they're a really cool tree. You'll see them around in parks more than residential areas around here, but they're beautiful when they flower.
Nice. Okay, the red maple.
Okay, maples. Maple's a bad tree, so don't plant a maple. Everybody loves the fall color. They just do not like our pH, our soil pH. We have a very high, like 7.8 to 8.5 soil pH, and so we don't have a lot of iron in the soil that's available to the trees, and they need a lot of iron. So they were a very big tree back in the 80s and 90s to plant in Amarillo and in Panhandle, but now they are we're removing a lot of them. So they're pretty bad trees.
So not those.
Not maples.
Okay, last one, the eastern redbud.
Eastern redbud, that's a great one. They're very great flowering trees. So a lot of people want flowering trees. This is a very good choice. The Oklahoma variety is a little better for this area. They have a little bit smaller leaves, a little thicker, waxier, but absolutely gorgeous. If you've ever seen a redbud in the spring, you die for them. And another one is a pear tree. Those people love those flowers. But again, they're kind of like the maples. They need a lot of extra iron. So redbud's the way to go if you want flowers. All
right, good to know. Well, Jake, thank you for being here with us. As always, we have a lot more Studio 4 coming up after this. Keep it here.